Hey guys, greetings, Red and Black Nation. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're just arriving, I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below. Turn on the bell notification, leave that awesome like on the video. We're here thanks to YouTube Shopping, man, where you can get the official Mango jerseys, including this one from Zico. I'll highlight it for you. This official Flamengo jersey from Brazilian, from Zico's years, right? From Zico's return and all that. This jersey is spectacular. You can buy this and other Brazilian and Adidas jerseys right here, right now, and help Flamengo out. Look, we have a few things to share with you here. Flamengo released an official statement, and it's important for us to talk about this statement, because at no point did Flamengo bother to deny any situations involving players. Sapucaí parties and so on. Even though Everton Araujo's staff denied it, saying that he didn't go to the party. Despite everything that happened, Flamengo didn't claim the players hadn't done this or that. Flamengo also didn't say whether they addressed the issue or not, which I thought was very important. In Flamengo's statement, Flamengo makes it clear that the player has to know what the proper conduct is. It's Sapucaí. What a party. I don't know what. Correct. The conduct of an athlete. So, Flamengo ends up giving a scolding to players who don't want to have professional behavior, the conduct of an athlete. In my understanding, in my view, Flamengo gave a public scolding to the players who don't follow professional conduct. Okay, look, so here's Flamengo's statement right here, see? Flamengo took a stand and reinforced strictness in internal decisions. In an official statement, and here's the detail, Flamengo also makes it clear that they will not accept external pressure in their decisions. The Clube de Regatas do Flamengo clarifies that it constantly monitors everything involving the professional team's environment. Any internal decisions are made responsibly and based on facts, never on speculation or external pressure. In other words, speculation, external pressure. For them, it won't work anyway, right? Organized supporters at the training center, organized fans at Everton Araujo's house, organized fans saying they're going to look for players on the street. But Flamengo says it won't take a stance regarding external pressure, right? Flamengo's squad is made up of professional athletes. Look at the importance of this sentence right now. That, to me, is clearly a scolding for those who don't want to be professional. Flamengo's squad is made up of professional athletes, serial winners, and fully aware of the codes of conduct. In other words, the athletes know what the codes of conduct are. Formal or informal. What's formal is in the contract. What's informal, the player has to know what he has to do. The athlete has to behave in a way that he knows he needs to behave in order to perform better. And then Flamengo says, fully aware of the codes of conduct, formal or informal, required for high performance. Flamengo is clearly giving a warning to players who don't understand what it means to be a high-performance athlete. Okay, so it was a statement where Flamengo is officially demanding that the players act like athletes, that players who are high-performance athletes have the conduct of a high-performance athlete, whether formal or informal, right? We recognize that the start of the season was below expectations, and the players, coaching staff, and management are working daily for the team's improvement and to get back to winning results. So Flamengo says they will not accept external pressure. At the same time, they demand and say they touch a sore spot and say that there are players who need to understand what it means to have the conduct of a high-performance athlete. Important note. It's not just anything. Flamengo takes a firm stand. Okay.
Yeah.
And then people are talking here.
Yeah.
I disagree, but let's go. Henrique Ribeiro. It seems that Flamengo's official statement is, it's an attempt to divert attention from what's happening with the squad, which the vast majority of Flamengo fans, right? It helps pay the salaries of the players who are performing very poorly, causing sadness and frustration among the fans who fill Maracanã.
Yes.
People are saying there was something left out in the statement, but look, people aren't able to understand what the statement says. The statement is a scolding, of course, but it's still the same. I feel like there's a lack of demands from Felipe, Luis, and Boto. There's a lack of direct demands on the team. There's a lack of demands. And it's not about the statement. It's not about the statement, okay? Look, we also have something here to bring to you. The situation here, man, look, I thought it was perfect, man, perfect. Paparazzo Rubro Negro put me in the collab here, even in an animation that shows Jorge Jesus going back in time, or coming from where he is in the machine, from Back to the Future. Playing with Back to Victories, meeting Filipe Luís to say something really important, man. Paparazzo Rubro Negro made this animation, but it seems like that's exactly what Jorge Jesus would say to Filipe Luís, or what any of us would say to Filipe Luís. Let's listen here. Let's see here. Look here, look. I'm going to go back here. Look, let's go, look. Look at this.
I need to help him.
There's the Back to the Future music, which I'm going to turn down. Here's the Back to the Future music. He gets the car, the DeLorean, the car from Back to the Future. Dr. Brown is Jorge Jesus, right? Going there to meet Filipe Luís, the team struggling and all, taking the Back to the Future car and going to Filipe Luís. Look, now we're going to watch the meeting of the two, okay? This is really important. Let's go, look. Now look. Look at that, Felipe.
What they've done to your mind.
Felipe, what have they done to your mind? Look at that.
Kid, the hard part isn't getting to the top. The hard part is staying at the top.
The hard part is staying at the top. That's it.
Mister, what should I do? I love this club. My life is here, but the fans. Well, to start with, stop being stubborn. Oops.
Well, to begin with, to start with, stop being stubborn. Come on.
Think about them, Felipe. Review your methods, your choices.
Review your methods, your choices.
Let it show that you're thinking about Flamengo.
No, show that you're thinking about Flamengo.
Show the world that your tactics are right.
And not just show the world that your tactics are right.
Bench those who need benching.
Bench those who need to be benched.
Don't have debts of gratitude to any player.
Don't have debts of gratitude to any player. It doesn't matter what he was in the past, what history he made.
Be loyal to your club when you show them that whoever is in better form plays and not the...
Be loyal to your club. Show them that whoever is in better form plays.
Name or price of the player, and
don't base it on the name or the price of the player.
They will support you again, and
then they will support you again. Not just the players, but also the fans.
Take this phone and watch the video.
Take this phone and watch the video.
Recall all you have accomplished so far.
Remember everything you have already achieved.
You are capable of achieving everything again.
Goosebumps, man. You are capable of achieving everything again, man. What a video, dude.
Don't be stubborn, kid.
Deep down, we like Felipe. We like him. We like him. We're disappointed, but we like him.
Reinvent yourself.
Now, reinvent yourself.
Get up and try new tactics.
Now, get up and try new tactics.
I know you're capable. You just have to want to change.
I know you're capable. You just have to want to change.
Bring the victories back to these fans.
Bring the victories back to these fans. Man, perfect, man. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's what everyone would like to say.
Thank you for everything,
Mister. Awesome, man.
Before I forget, stop playing soft and passing backward or sideways. Play the game forward.
Felipe, before I forget. With this soft play and passing backwards and sideways, the game is played forward. Felipe. There you go. Back to winning, guys. I thought This video from Paparazzo Rubro Negro, spectacular, spectacular. Everything we needed to say, everything we needed to say. Flamengo is still the third best team in the world in the IFFHS ranking between 2021 and 2025. Flamengo is still the third best team in the world. Did you understand, Felipe? Look at this. The IFFHS ranked Flamengo as the third best team in the world in the cumulative ranking up to 2025. The club appears behind only Real Madrid and Manchester City, consolidating its position among the great powers of international soccer. In this survey, Flamengo surpasses European and South American giants such as Paris Saint-Germain, Palmeiras, Bayern, Inter Milan, Chelsea, Barcelona, and Liverpool. The ranking reinforces Flamengo's consistency on the international stage in recent years, keeping it at the top of world soccer and highlighting its strength both inside and outside the continent. From quality players, a lot really needs to change, but that's what I'm trying to show. And look at what Flamengo has, what Flamengo can still achieve. Check out this message from the AI video, Back to Winning Ways. Exactly that. Felipe has the power to change this. He can change it. Everything that was said there about his convictions and everything else, that he knows what he knows, he's already done it, man. In fact, I saw a video earlier. We brought it here. Torcida Jovem spoke out. Flamengo's Torcida Jovem. In their statement, they say exactly that. To coach Felipe Luís, a message. Don't try to change the essence of the club. Don't try to make Flamengo a European club. It's not possible that all these years at the club weren't enough. Look, all these years weren't enough for you to learn what Flamengo is. To learn that the fan is sovereign and that regardless of being part of an organized group or not, regardless of going to the stadium or not, he must be respected. You disrespect the fans' rights, you criticize them on social media. That only proves your arrogance and conceit, because Felipe has been saying some things about social media and so on. Are people upset? This is Flamengo's Torcida Jovem. The fan is not stupid as you might imagine. He can see that you treat the club like a laboratory nowadays, that there are players who, even when they're not performing, still remain your favorites. That's exactly what the AI Jorge Jesus Dr. Brown says. For him, for the board, a warning is something else. But this issue with Felipe Luís, the pressure from the Torcida Jovem, is very similar to the video I just showed you. He needs to want to change. He needs to understand that he's doing everything wrong. He needs to change. Felipe needs to change. We want Felipe to change. That's the reality. Mauro César Pereira, including Mengo Cria. I brought a statement from Mauro here. I asked when Flamengo will be at its best version. Then he stopped, thought, and said against Lanús in 15 days. It was 15 days before the first game. Oh, against Lanús. Okay, so yesterday I repeated the question. Wasn't it the time frame you imagined? When will it be? He didn't know how to answer. Okay. I mean, then he says here he didn't know how to answer. I mean, not even that. He can't even estimate today when the team will be ready, because he really doesn't know. He really doesn't know. I thought it might last, but it didn't. And today he doesn't know, and nobody knows. Nobody even knows if he'll be able to come back. Now, I agree with this situation. This thing about belittling last year's work, acting like there was no substance at all. Sorry, that's just being petty. It's cowardly, it's cowardice, or a lack of understanding of soccer. Trying to diminish what the team did last year. The team that didn't concede goals and won the Brazilian Championship, the Carioca Championship, the Libertadores, and the Copa do Brasil. They held all those trophies at the same time and even won those 2 cups in Qatar before playing a final where they competed with PSG. And Flamengo in that match, comparing, it's Lanús and Flamengo. Now, Lanús competed and managed to win in extra time. They could have won on penalties if it had gone to penalties. Flamengo took it to penalties, but they lost on penalties against PSG. None of that has any value. That just fell from the sky. Felipe Luís doesn't know how to work? No, he knew how to work, but now he's lost, going through the first big crisis of his career. I agree with Mauro. And that's exactly what the AI was talking about in the video. So, look, we had at a FIFA panel held in Budapest, the legal director and deputy secretary general of CONMEBOL, Montserrat Gimenez, talking about the gap between Brazilian clubs and the others on the continent. And she said she doesn't like seeing only Brazilian teams in the Libertadores finals. What is this, man? That's absurd. That's absurd. That's absurd. That's absurd. The director also spoke. He talked to Marcos Moura, Flamengo's vice president of administration, about almost all Brazilian football clubs becoming SAFs, except for Flamengo. And it's Flamengo's fault. Marcos Moura told me that by 2029, only one club won't be an SAF in Brazil, Flamengo just one. This means that Brazilian clubs will enter MCOS, the English acronym for Multi-Club Ownership Networks, at 500 kilometers per hour. Today, there's already an economic difference between Brazil and the other 9 South American countries, and this means the gap is going to get much bigger. Even though the legal director says she doesn't like it and that she would love to be able to say that this is not the path for South America. Guys, this is surreal. They don't want Brazilians always winning or always making it to the finals. They're always bothered by that. I think there's a lot of work to be done because if Brazil gets much further ahead than it is today, we're really going to keep having all Brazilian finals. Or we're going to leave the rest of the clubs behind or behind. In this case, she asks, there's no way that's football. If you don't prepare financially, don't manage things, don't take care of yourself, don't have fair play, don't do things right, you're going to fall behind. And that's what's happening. Flamengo and Palmeiras, which are not SAF, are leading the way, but Botafogo also won thanks to SAF. But the evolution, the Brazilian club, when it's doing really well, pulls everyone else up. Unless those guys start to go broke too, because Flamengo is inflating everything. Flamengo. There's that tactic I've already told you about from BAP, but other than that, we're going to keep having Brazilian finals. And I already told you guys that the people at CONMEBOL, the board, were bothered by this whole thing with Brazilian club finals. I told you that, remember? Well, it's complicated. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and like the video. Greetings, red and black fans. This is Flamengo. I'm heading there now. Watching Messi play in the MLS against the Orlando City team at Orlando City Stadium. Orlando Inter Miami. Let's see if Iago will play. We're heading there now. So, watching Orlando City versus Inter Miami with the possible presence of Lionel Messi. Thanks, guys. I'm out.